Hello everyone, welcome into another tactics video here on FIFA 23. I'm Ash or Brom18, whichever you prefer. Today, here by popular demand, we're covering Roger Schmidt's Benfica formation, the 4-2-3-1 system that has been so successful so far this season. Now you are going to have to bear with me because there are quite a few position changes in this one. It's not just a generic 4-2-3-1. We've got some tweaks and changes that we do need to make, so please do bear with me and follow me. We've got a balanced game plan and also a defensive game plan that we are going to go through, so let's get into it. Before we do, let me quickly say, if you want to see what my rankings and ratings are of this tactic, you want to see suitable teams to play, have strengths and weaknesses and more, then do go and check out my Patreon. On there you can get access to my FIFA 23 tactics package with deep dives and rankings and ratings on every system we cover, as well as exclusive tactics videos that we don't cover on the channel, behind the scenes videos, early access, Discord server access, and a whole lot more. In addition, go and check out my video games podcast. On there we're really enjoying covering all things video games. Got a few episodes out at the moment, including one episode recently in which we do give our review of FIFA 23, so I think you guys will really enjoy that as well. All the links are down below to your regular podcasting apps, or if you want to check the video version, you can do that on my channel as well. With that being said, let's get into the system. So first things first, with the positions themselves, as I said, there are a few changes. Now, you want to start off with the 4-2-3-1 narrow system. That's the closest you're really going to get to this. And then first things first, you want to make sure that the fullback on the right side is a right back, an out-and-out right back. But on the left-hand side, you want to change Grimaldo, in this case, to a left wing back. What that's going to do is that's going to push him a little bit further forward. You'll notice in the gameplay that you are seeing on the screen occasionally that he's going to push further forward in the line compared to Bar on this right hand side. And the reason why we want to do that is what we'll come on to next with regard to the positioning of the attacking midfielders. Now you'll notice the guy on the right side is a right midfielder, and that's what you want to set him to. He's going to come out a lot wider, he's going to stretch the play a little bit more. But on this left hand side, you want this guy to be a lamb, a left attacking midfielder. What you'll notice is the right midfielder in this Roger Schmidt system is always stretching the play, looking to get out wide a little bit more. But the left-sided midfielder is often not a left midfielder. You've got the likes of not only Orsnes, but sometimes Jean Mario comes over to this left side as well. And these are kind of converted attacking midfielders, central attacking midfielders. So they're going to come in centrally a lot more. And what that then does is that creates room for Grimaldo on this left-hand side to really kind of exploit that space and get charged down that left-hand side. So he's going to come in a lot more kind of as a false winger, a hybrid false winger, support Rafa and Fernandes, etc. Whereas the right-sided midfielder is going to stretch the play a little bit more. With the tactics then, starting off defensively, we've got press after possession loss, giving you a nice counter-pressing system. The width is on 40. They're happy to kind of stretch the play a little bit more. What I've noticed is that they want to prevent crosses a lot more. They feel more comfortable getting out to the crosser and really trying to put pressure on them that way. They want to try and shepherd teams into the central areas of the pitch where you've got the likes of Fernandes and Florentino Luis who can cut out those plays. They're going to get bodies back as well in that situation. The depth is on 60, giving you a mid-block. This will change a little bit depending on if they're on a balance or defensive game plan, which we will of course come on to defensively. But what it is going to do is it's going to give you a good balance in between kind of stepping onto the opposition and having that kind of aggressive nature, but also making sure that you're not leaving too much room in behind, particularly with the likes of Otamendi at centre-back as well. Offensively, we've got slow build-up on the build-up play. It's going to allow you to play through the thirds, but then the chance creation is on forward runs, particularly the front four. They're going to create a lot of movement. There's a high volume of movement in between those players who are within the front four, the attacking four. And as a result, you're going to find that forward runs is the best way to replicate that and really get them kind of pressing, running in behind, particularly the likes of the Lamb and the Cam, who you can't actually set to running behind, so you need forward runs to help them with that area. The width is on 70. You'll notice they're very wide. They like to stretch the play. They like to kind of create a lot of space, get particularly the fullbacks and the wing back, etc., onto the touchline. The same with the right winger as well. And what this is going to do is going to try and stretch the opposition, or if the opposition don't go out, look to man mark, then it gets their guys into space. And it helps to supplement their crossing mentality. You'll notice a high volume of crosses from this Benfica team, despite the fact that they're not the tallest team. If we have a look, the likes of Ramos, the likes of Rafa, etc., these guys aren't very tall. The way they have success from this high volume of crossing is because of their positioning. They pick up good positions, they pick up just little pockets of space within the 18-yard box, and that's how they're scoring a lot of goals from those crossing situations. It helps when you are playing such a wide system that you can stretch the play and get your men into these kind of wide areas in a lot of space and then getting good crosses. Blazing the boxes onto 8. Again, similar with that crossing situation, they like to put a lot of players into the box, and it's generally the front 4, as we've just spoken about, who are going to do that. Finally, with these set pieces, corners and free kicks, both of these are onto 4 as they look to try and get men into the box from set piece situations. Right then, let's talk about the player instructions then, starting off with the goalkeeper. We've got him on comes to crosses, but he's saving outside the box. He's on balance. Notice that he doesn't like to step out too often. What you will find though with the comes to crosses, as we talk about in all of these tactics videos, is that it's going to help relieve some pressure off you in those crossing situations, and hopefully he's going to kind of come out more and claim a lot of crosses. With the 2 centre-backs, no changes there. With Otamendi, if you want to replicate his kind of personal role, then you could put aggressive interceptions on. He often likes to kind of step out on the opposition attackers. But with regards to this kind of overall system, generally you want to keep them on normal interceptions. The 2 wing-backs or full-backs, whichever you prefer, despite the fact they do have slightly differing positions with one at full-back and one at wing-back, they do have the same instructions, and that is attacking runs join the attack, and then for run type, both of these are on overlap. These guys really are looking to create the width in this team, and that is the best way that you're going to be able to replicate that. With the 2 defensive midfielders, starting off with Florentino Luis. He is the more out-and-out defensive player. So as a result, he's unstable while attacking for his attacking support, and he's going to look to kind of fill in for any of the guys who are kind of getting forward, particularly the fullbacks. His defensive behaviour is cut passing lanes. Remember, man mark doesn't really work on this game. His defensive position is cover wing, again looking to fill out for those fullbacks who have overlapped, and then his positioning freedom is stick to position. With Fernandez on the other side, a slightly differing role. He's someone who will get further forward. He looks to support attacking moves, particularly with that high attacking defensive work rate that he does have on this game. So his defensive behaviour is cut passing lanes, still the same as Florentino, but attacking support this time on balance. And the fact that he's a defensive midfield rather than central midfield means that he will have to do it from deeper areas, and it helps him getting back as well in the defensive phase when they are on the transition defensively. What that's going to do is it's going to make sure he's a little bit deeper, and hopefully he should help you out. Now, he doesn't help me out for the first goal that we do concede in the gameplay down below, but that's what it's supposed to do. Defensive position is also on cover wing, and his position freedom is also on stick to position. Right then, with the attacking midfield trio, let's start off with the left attacking midfielder. He is on comeback on defence, get into the box for the cross, and also stick to position. Now, obviously, his instructions are different compared to the right winger, who, if we have a look here, because of the fact he's a right midfielder rather than an attacking midfielder, you have different instructions to be able to give to them. So for the right midfielder, you've got him on comeback on defence again to make sure he's tracking back. And this time his chance creation is on cut inside. What he's going to do is he's going to angle his runs when he does look to run in behind. And if we look at support runs, as you'll see, he's also on getting behind. And that's going to make room for the right back, who is then going to overlap him and create the width on that side. His support on crosses is on getting to the box, and his interceptions are on normal. Now, with the central attacking midfielder, we have the same instructions here as what we do for the left attacking midfielder. We've got him on comeback on defence, and also get into the box for the cross as well. His positioning freedom is on stick to position, and his interceptions are on normal. Now with Ramos up front, what do we have here? Well, support runs, we have him on stay central, because generally the wing or the wide areas are going to be taken up by the likes of Jean Mario, of Bar, of Grimaldo, etc. He's generally going to be that kind of out-and-out striker, and they're looking to play off in and around. And he wants to get into the 18-yard box. That's really where he's going to do his best work. His attacking runs are getting behind. Whilst he doesn't have that blistering kind of pace, he does have clever movement, and you're very much seeing that in play when it comes to kind of the highlights and stuff with the goals he's scoring. His clever movement is what's getting him away from defenders and allowing him to score goals. Finally, his defence support is on stay forward. He's going to be the one who is the out ball up front. They can play it up to him, and then he can look to play it off to players running in and around him. Right then, we spoke about how there are different game plans. Now, with this defensive game plan, There aren't too many tweaks with regards to the player instructions or the formations. It's mainly just the tactical instructions. And when they've used this, I've seen is generally in those big Champions League games against the likes of Paris Saint-Germain, of Juventus, etc. They just become a little bit more reserved. So let's have a look in the tactical instructions and see how it changes. Now, press after possession loss stays the same. Still that counter-pressing system. They're going to look to work really hard to kind of regain possession when they do lose it. However, this time they become a little bit more conservative, particularly with these defensive numbers. So the width is on 30. And what that's going to do is that's going to decrease it just a little bit. Because this time, whilst they're still trying to stop the crosses, they've become a little bit more hesitant to do that. They don't want to kind of vacate their positions and leave space in behind, particularly against teams like PSG, for example, who have a lot of fast runners, can really hurt you if you are leaving too many gaps and too much space. The depth is on 40. Now, it's still a mid-block, but as you see, this is quite a considerable drop-off from the balanced game plan in which we had it on 60. Now it's on 40. This time they're getting a lot more men back. They're getting more bodies behind the ball, if not all bodies behind the ball. And they are much more conservative, and that's really what you're doing. They generally look to soak at the pressure a bit more. They don't want to leave too much, don't want to give too much on the table to the opposition, and that's what they're looking to do. Finally, with players in the box, this is decreased this time. It was on 8 first time with the balanced game plan. Now it is on 6, giving you only 3 runners in the box. You might find that one of the attack midfielders this time just strays and stays off and just hovers around the edge of the area rather than getting into the box. Now, not too many major tweaks with this defensive game plan. You're just spotting little tweaks, little changes here and there just to make it a little bit more solid. More to do with the fact that they're a little bit more hesitant, a little bit more wary of the opposition than anything else. Right, with that being said, it's probably just about time to round it off. Now, I know a little bit of a complex system with regards to the formation and position changes. So if you've got any questions about that, please do let me know in the comment section down below. I'll do my best to get back to you. As I spoke about at the start of the video, check out my Patreon if you want to get full ratings and rankings on this tactic. You want to know my thoughts on it. You can find that on my FIFA 23 tactics package on the Patreon, and also my podcast, my video games podcast as well. All the links to all your podcasting apps are down in the description below. Don't forget to check out my Chelsea career mode series that is currently ongoing, currently in season 2. I'm really enjoying that one, so I think you guys will really enjoy it. And my Football Manager 2023 series with AS Roma. That one is absolutely brilliant at the moment, so hopefully you guys will stick around for that. On that note, we're going to finish it off there. We're going to go into some gameplay next, so please do go and stick around and check that out if you want to see what it plays like in game. And with that being said, we're going to finish it there. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next one, I will see you soon.